Caesar bloops it towards the left side. Shortstop going back, and he'll make the grab for the third out of the inning. St. Strand 1 in the top of the second. We'll go to the bottom of the second inning. No score.
Sponsor, Beauregard Memorial Hospital. At Beauregard Memorial.
Bottom of the second inning, no score. First pitch from Eller's driven to left field, and it'll be down in front of Milligan for a base hit.
Stepping into the box, number 23, Matt Sylvia.
Showing bunt, and it's bunted foul. No balls and one strike. Showing bunt again. Ellers throws over to first, and the runner gets back. Pulls back and swings. Chopper. Fontenot's going to have to hurry, and it won't be in time. So Aguilar was charging. Chopper went over Aguilar's head, and Fontenot had a long way to go to get there. It was such a slow roller. By the time he got it, the runner was already down the baseline. So nobody out. Now Pineville has runners at first and second. Showing bunt once again. And he pulls back and a strike called. So it's no balls and one strike. Shows bunt, pitch misses inside, and it's 1-1. Bunt down the third base side, and Aguilar lets it roll foul. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
At the plate number 2, Jeffrey Latchney.
No outs. Runners at first and second for Pineville. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Curveball misses outside, gets away from Charlie, and the runners are going to advance to second and third. Charlie blocked it up. The ball scooted away from him to the right. And the runners advance to second and third now with no outs. Line drive back up the middle. 1 run will come in and score. Ball's on the way, and 2 runs will score. And on the throw, the batter heads down to second base. So nobody out. 2 RBI double. And Pineville takes a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the second inning. Nobody out. Runner at second for the Rebels. And bunt shown, and right back to Ellers at pitcher. He's going to go to first with Caesar covering. Runner advances to third. Throw over is not in time. And it's 1 out. The runner advances to third base.
Stepping up to the plate, number 5, Tyler Roy.
It's 1 down, runner at third. And the first pitch from Ellers was a ball. So it's 1 ball and no strikes. Pitch is fouled back. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Breaking ball catches the inside corner, and it's 1-2. Ground ball, and it's going to get through the infield as the St. Louis infield was pulled in. Run will score for Pineville, and it's 3-0.
Stepping into the box, number 13, Brandon Couch.
Runner at first, 1 out for Pineville. Runner takes off, swing, and it's a foul ball. Johnston grabs it, and the runner's at second. He's going to flip it to Ellers for the double play. So the Saints get out of the inning, but not before Pineville scores 3 runs. We'll go to the top of the third. Your score, Pineville 3, St. Louis 0 on the St. Louis Catholic Sports Network. Will Aguilar will start it off for the Saints here in the top of the third inning. Swings at the first pitch and sends it out into right center, but the center fielder runs a long way and is able to run it down. Ball just hung up on him in the wind coming straight in. And it's one out, back to the top of the order, and Cameron Fontenot.
Now batting number 8, Cameron Fontenot.
First pitch misses high and outside. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Fontenot swings at the inside pitch and pulls it into the bullpen. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. One misses high. It's 2 balls and 1 strike to Fontenot. That pitch misses low and inside. Now it's 3-1. Fontenot rips it down the right field line, just foul.
Move it over, bud. Keep battling.
Down the right field line, there's about a foot of grass, and then it's dirt.
Good job,
And that ball hit in the grass.
Keep battling.
So full count now to Fontenot.
Anything close.
With 1 out and nobody on. We're in the top of the third inning. Saints trail 3-0.
Be aggressive. Anything close. Yeah.
And Fontenot pulls it down the right field side past the first baseman for a base hit.
Good job. Bring it around, Juju.
Stepping up to the plate.
Fontenot
number
at first
6,
base for Julian Gonzalez with 1 out.
Be smart, Cam. Bring him around, Juju. Be smart, Cam.
Throw over to first, and Fontenot dives back.
Do it, Ju.
Throw to first again, and once again, Fontenot is back.
Be alert, Cam.
The pitch misses outside. It's 1 ball, no strikes to Gonzalez. Fontenot at first with 1 out. And they throw to first again. So 1 ball, no strikes. And swing and foul tip. It's 1-1.
Got it, Ju. Be ready, Cam. Be smart.
Throw to first again. And Fontenot back. Pitchers come to the plate twice. Thrown over at Fontenot at least 5 times. One ball, one strike to Gonzalez. And a swing and a miss. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
You got it, Juju.
Throw again. And Fontenot's back again.
Stay alert, Cam. Stay on it. Don't get off. I'm tired.
And they throw to Fontenot again. Thing is, Fontenot is not taking a very big lead down there, and they keep throwing to him. That time he was only a step and a half, 2 steps off the base. Easily fell back towards first base before the ball gets there. 1-2 to Gonzalez.
Nice.
And Gonzalez reaches out and punches it into center field for a base hit.
Get to the base, bud.
Outside pitch. Gonzalez just reaches out, puts the end of the bat on it, and sends it out into center field.
At bat, number 29, Mark Johnston.
So now Fontenot at second, Gonzalez at first with 1 out, and Mark Johnston will bat.
They are, Mark.
Gotten snooty all of a sudden. His name is Austin Street. I'm not sure where he does in high school. Be smart, Cam. Be smart, Jew. Come on, Mark.
And the first pitch to Johnston's up high, 1 ball and no
Be
strikes.
smart, Cam.
And Johnston swings and misses at it. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Get him, Mark. Get it.
One ball, 1 strike. And the curveball falls down into the dirt, and it's 2-1. Two balls and 1 strike with 1 out. Runners at first and second for the Saints.
Be smart, Cam. Be smart, Jew.
Runners take off, swing, and it's fouled off by Johnston. The hit and run was on. Johnston fouls it off, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Johnston swings at the high pitch and strikes out for out number 2.
Let's go, Logan. Get all
So
of it,
with 2
Logan.
down, Logan Gray will bat with Fontenot at second and Gonzalez at
Stepping
first.
into the box, number 15, Logan Gray.
Be smart, Cameron.
pitch to Gray. He's in the dirt. Catcher blocks it up, and the runners have to hold. It's 1 ball and no strikes. We're in the top of the 3rd inning. Saints trail it 3-0 to the Pineville Rebels.
You can do it, Logan.
It's 2 down. Cameron Fontenot at second, Julian Gonzalez at first, and Logan Gray at the plate.
Have fun, Logan.
Pitch is high, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Gray fouls the 2-0 pitch off to the Rebels dugout, and it's 2-1. Gray hits it high in the air, and it's going to get out of play. So 2 ball, 2 strike count to Gray. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on for the Saints. And Gray swings and fouls off the curveball to stay alive.
Keep it up. Anything close, Logan. Keep battling.
Gray fouls it out of play once again, and the count will stay 2-2.
Like it.
Two balls and 2 strikes to Gray.
Keep it up, Logan.
And Gray is called out on the fastball on the outside corner to end the inning. St. Strand 2 in the top of the 3rd. We'll go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Pineville leads it 3-0 over St. Louis on the St. Louis Catholic Sports Network.
Leading off, number 9, Caleb Clark.
The bottom of the third, Saints trail at 3-0 to the Pineville Rebels. And the first pitch from Ellers misses just high. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Breaking ball misses on the outside. 2 balls and no strikes from Ellers. And the 2-0 pitch misses high, and it's 3-0. Here's the 3-0. And it's low. Ball 4 on 4 pitches.
Stepping up to the plate, number 11, Tyler Atkins.
Showing bunt. Ellers throws to first, and the runner gets back. Now they have the runner caught off, and he's in a rundown. They throw it to Caesar, and Caesar tags him for the out. Well, the Pineville runner took off a little too soon. Eller stepped off. Got it to Johnston, who began the rundown, and Jeremiah Caesar applies the tag for out number 1. So 1 out, nobody on. And the first pitch from Ellers misses high. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Line drive, and it's snagged out of the air by Will Aguilar for out number 2. Right at him. Will just turns his glove around, makes the grab.
Number 20, Jonathan Talley.
And now there's 2 outs in the inning. Breaking ball from Ellers. Bounces in front of the plate. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. And the fastball catches the outside corner, and it's 1-1. High and inside, it's 2 balls and 1 strike. There's the 2-1 from Ellers. And the breaking ball catches that outside corner once again. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Just like it, Charlie. Outside.
Outside corner. They'll call it every time.
2-2 pitch, swung on and fouled.
Good pitch, Charlie.
It'll stay 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And the fastball misses high, and it's be a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch misses on the low side for ball 4.
Up next, number 8, Cam Bates.
Hey, one more.
It's a 2-down runner at first. And Ellers throws to first, but the runner gets back.
One more.
Throw to first again. Close play, but he's back. Breaking ball to the plate drops out of the zone, and it's 1 ball and no strike. Lifted high in the air towards center field. Gonzalez drifting over. Gets under it and makes the grab for out number 3. Pineville strands a runner in the bottom of the 3rd. We'll go to the 4th inning. Pineville leads it 3-0 on the St. Louis Catholic Sports Network. David Nolan will start it off for us here in the top of the 4th. And the first pitch catches the low outside corner. For strike 1. A 1 to Nolan. And Nolan's fooled on the curveball, swings and misses, and it's 0-2. And Nolan strikes out on 3 pitches.
Now batting number 25, Grant Choley.
Come on, Grant. Find a way.
So 1 out, and Grant Choley will bat for St. Louis. Outside, it's 1 ball and no strikes. Charlie hits it off the end of the bat. And it's 1-1. Swing and a miss. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Charlie. And it's outside, 2-2. One down here at the top of the 4th. Saints trail it 3-0 to the Pineville Rebels. Breaking balls in the dirt to Charlie, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. And Charlie swings at the high fastball and strikes out for out number 2. 2 down and nobody on for Gus Milligan. Fastball in the dirt. It's 1 ball and no strikes.
Gus Milligan.
Inside corner's called for a strike, and it's 1-1. And the pitch misses outside. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Two and 1 to Milligan with 2 outs. And Milligan swings and misses. It's 2-2. And Milligan's way out in front of the curveball. Gets away from the catcher, throws down for out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down for the Saints in the top of the 4th. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th with Pineville leading it 3-0. Pineville comes to bat in the bottom of the 4th, leading it 3-0. And the first pitch from Ellers is fouled back. No balls and 1 strike. high in the air, but it'll be out of play down the right side. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. Fastball misses high, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Breaking ball is grounded down the left side, but foul. Count will stay 1-2.
Go, Charlie. Outside corner, bud.
One ball, 2 strike count with nobody out, nobody on for Pineville here in the bottom of the 4th. And a ground ball past the diving Aguilar at third base and into left field for a base hit.
At the plate, number 25, Rich Oates.
Oh, let's get 1.
Turn it. Let's go, Saints. Turn 2.
Showing bunt. And curveball misses. They'll say he went. It's no balls and 1 strike. Throw down to Johnston, and the runner has to slide back into first. Showing bunt again. Ellers throws to first. Close play, but he's safe. Breaking ball misses outside, 1-1. Showing bunt. Pulls back and it misses low. Ball gets away from Charlie and the runner heads to second base. Two balls and a strike. Showing bunt. It's low and inside. Charlie blocks it up. And it's 3-1. And the 3-1 misses high and inside. It's ball 4. And now there's runners at first and second, and Coach Mouton will head to the mound to have a word with Ellers. Runners on first and second, nobody out for Pineville.
Let's go. Turn 2. Come on.
Mark Johnston way up on the grass. And he shows bunt, pulls it back, and Ellers misses high. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. Shows the bunt, lays it down the third base side. It's going to roll foul. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. One, showing bunt, and Ellers misses high. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Two one is bunted to third base side, and nobody's going to get it as Aguilar went back to cover third. Ellers thought he was going to charge up to it. It'll go as an infield hit, and the bases will be loaded for Pineville with nobody out.
At number 5, Tyler Roy.
You ready, Grant?
Now the infield will play up and look to get the force at home. Ellers misses outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Breaking ball misses low, and it's 2-0.
Hey, nice pitch. Good pitch, Charlie.
And the 2-0 pitch is right down the middle for a strike. And it's 2-1.
You ready, Grant?
Infield on the grass. Bases loaded. And nobody out. Hit in the air and fouled. Out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes for the Rebels.
Go, Charlie. Outside
Get him,
corner,
Charlie, get him.
Outside, Charlie.
Ball blocked up by Charlie and gets away.
Take your time.
Ellers quickly hustles home, and the runner has to stay at third base.
Take your time, Charlie. You got it.
So 3 balls and 2 strikes now. Ellers has nowhere to put him. Here's the 3-2. And he misses outside, and that'll walk in a run. And Coach Collins will head to the mound, and we'll get a pitching change for St. Louis. Nobody out, bases loaded. Pineville up 4-0, and we'll be right back after the change. Gonzalez is the new pitcher for the Saints. And the first pitch is in for a strike. Gonzalez moves in to pitch. Broussard takes over in left. Milligan moves over from left to center field. Bases are loaded. Nobody out. Infield on the grass. Gonzalez misses just outside. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. And the 1-1 misses the inside corner. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Changeup swung on and fouled back. The count goes to 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, and the base is loaded for Pineville. Off the end of the bat and over the outstretched hands of Mark Johnston. 1 run comes home. Here comes the second run. Two RBI single. And now Pineville has a 6-0 lead.
Get him right here, Jude.